morning, Leanne. Great to see you and our viewers as well. Well, as you said, day 3 of the Investing in African Mining Indaba. Yesterday, interesting comments coming out from the CEO of Eskom, talking about that 2023 is going to be a challenging year when we look at the issue of power security or energy security, but quite hopeful in 2024, saying that things should happen. He also mentions that there's about 9,000 megawatts, Leanne, that is sitting waiting for either its engineering or approvals of certain nature, and then once that gets into the system, or once that gets approved, then he assures us that things should get better a bit. But he also spoke about the issue of coal, particularly clarifying that, as has been said in the media and reported in other places, that he's anti-coal. He has set the record straight that he's actually not anti-coal. But I am with someone that is for coal, and the African Mining Exploration or the African Exploration and Mining Finance Corporation, they're a state-owned company, Leanne, and they're established to secure South Africa's supply through the mining and supply of coal for the generation of electricity. They supply thermal coal, particularly to Eskom. And I'm quite curious about their views on the just energy transition, and the fact that you have some financiers who are saying they will not be financing any new projects of coal. Surely that, in a way, should be concerning them. I'm joined by Ms. Huma, and she is with the company. Ms. Huma, thank you so much for joining us on the SABC News channel. You talk about you being a supplier of thermal coal. However, the conversation around the just energy transition must be making you somewhat uncomfortable, particularly because you look at big lenders are not keen to lend in the future. They're saying that they'll continue with the current projects, but no new coal projects on the pipeline. How do you feel about that?
I'm literally not concerned. I see opportunities in the risks that they are identified as sponsors. I always say that it's an investment, it's not funding. So the stresses, it will be on if they were planning to fund. But we will have to turn things around and invest in new technologies, which is not a worrying factor, because even if there will be a transition to cleaner and greener, energies, the bottom line is that we need to do it sustainably, and it has to be just, because you know that we are in Africa, these are our minerals, and we are still transporting tons and tons of thermal coal, to the European countries. Yeah. As we speak now, Germany, America, they are opening up their coal-fired power stations. So you are saying that the Western can do it, but the Africans can't do it. So we'll have to find ways. And right now, 9 o'clock, we'll be having, the solutions in terms of digital sourcing, finances, which is another way of us tapping in those opportunities. So the focus is on finding solutions, not on sticking to criticisms and say that, what do we do with this coal? Yeah. And if whether funding or no funding, the bottom line is that we will have to attract investors to invest, not to fund. Yeah. Because funding is, in a way, a cheaper way of letting go, just abdicating your responsibilities. Mm. But we will be focusing in how are we going to mine sustainably, and how are we going to make sure that 2035's Eskom strategy of making sure that every house in our country, before we even go to the African countries, they are as well using electricity. Yeah, yeah. The country is seriously experiencing problems right now. Mm-hmm. So you cannot say that we will have to support the West when their economy is running, when we are compromising our economy. We still have to find ways, but not compromise what we have.
Yeah, let's speak about the challenges, logistical challenges that Transnet is having, impacting obviously on your operations. How concerned are you about that? And what has been said by the minister about, the fact that Eskom, as Transnet, I beg your pardon, as well as the Minerals Council, they need to sit together to find a way forward?
I like that, because now the focus will be on solutions. Because where there's a problem, there's an opportunity. Those logistic problems, we just need experts, to deal with that, because we cannot expect different results when we keep on doing the same thing. And what I like now, that attention that is now in Transnet, it means that there will be solutions from your different directions. Yeah. There's technology now that we can capitalize on. Transnet just have to allow other experts to help them to deal with the problem. We are concerned, but definitely we are not sitting at the back, because we are the beneficiaries with our quattro allocation, because we are exporting coal, leveraging from Transnet, infrastructure, and that we are as well going to be contributing into the solutions that are going to take Transnet forward.
Yeah. Ms. Huma, just one last question for me. You participated in the Women in Mining panel discussion yesterday. What opportunities are there for South African women in the mining space looking at the future of mining in the country?
The opportunities are, dual. They can enter the mining industry through, as business, or entrepreneurs, and they can as well come as career women in the mining space. Right now, we were talking about the risk appetite that comes within the mine, value chain. There's so many skills that are going to be needed now that we need to prepare our kids now. Those ESG skills, the digital, skills, the architectural, solution is,
right.
We need them to start preparing now, to stop now focusing on the previous or traditional careers. Right now, we're talking about the care economy, the green economy. So those are the things that our kids now, even if when you give bursaries to women, you're preparing them for the future so as they can come and turn it around and stop now being stuck with environmental issues now, resolve the problems and be proactive other than being reactive.
Ms. Huma, thank you so much for your views. I really appreciate it. And Ms. Huma, she is with the African Exploration, Mining and Finance Corporation. What I'm taking for the very solution-driven, and also saying a lot of opportunities exist, particularly for females. If you are into entrepreneurship in the mining space, opportunities are there for you. And I'm sure people would want to go to the Mining Indaba website just to see what virtual sessions are there that you can participate in. And I think you'll find a lot of value that we are still here on the third day of the Investing in Africa Mining Indaba. And with that, it's back to you in studio, Lian.